Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. My name is Kenneth, 56 years young. I've been vegan for over 12 years. And right now, I'm going to talk to you about some things that are not talked about behind the scenes of all these people, or many of the people who are on social media platforms, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, that have these immaculate looking bodies. But there's some things you don't know about some of your favorite creators. Now, what am I talking about? Well, I've been a personal trainer for about 25, 26 years of my life. I've been featured in several magazines. I've been featured in one national black men's magazine called Black Men's Magazine, dating back as far as 2007. I've written health and fitness articles for different magazines. And I've also been a fitness model. And I've been working out, training my body since I was 8 years young. So I've been doing this for a very long period of time, and it's been a lifestyle of mine. And not only has it been a lifestyle, but it's also my business. I own a business in Florida called Tag Team Unlimited Enterprises, LLC, and I specialize in keeping people healthy and getting people off of medication. So right now, let me talk to you a little bit about some of the things that you might be seeing on social media and might feel a little intimidated by, or feeling like, you know what, I could never look like that. Wow, their bodies are great. Their bodies are immaculate. But what's not talked about in many cases is that these people that we see on social media platforms, they have immaculate looking bodies, but what you don't know is that many of them are taking high blood pressure medications. Many of them suffer from chronic aches and pains, so they're taking painkillers. Many of them are also diabetic and have other illnesses as well. But the part that you see is just the body, the physical. So you think that they are perfect. But one of the major reasons why many of these people suffer with these illnesses and chronic aches and pains is because it comes down to their diet. See, diet is key. This is how I keep myself healthy and fit, chronic ache and pain free, no high blood pressure issues, not diabetic, and I don't get sick because I understand the importance of eating food, the importance of diet. See, a lot of the people grow up, or they utilize a mythical mentality. I'll put it that way. So me growing up as a kid, I grew up in South Carolina, and I was always taught that you had to have meat to have big muscles, meat to gain strength, right? So I grew up with that mindset, that mentality. I grew up on a farm in South Carolina, so I ate a lot of meat, I ate a lot of eggs, drank a lot of milk. And when I started watching bodybuilders like Arnold Schwarzenegger, this was back in the days, Frank Zane, Dr. Colombo, all these guys who had these huge, huge muscles. Lou Ferrigno. Some of you might not even know who these people are. Well, you might know Arnold. But I was motivated, and I wanted to look and be just like them. So I ate a lot of meat, a lot of chicken, a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I did all these things, but even at a young age, I was dealing with different types of allergies. I had very bad food allergies. I had very bad hay fever. Now, I never knew until years later that these allergies that I was dealing with were stemming from the foods that I was eating. And that's the problem with a lot of these personal trainers, a lot of the bodybuilders. They're on medication because the diets they're eating is primarily meat. They eat a ton of meat, a ton of dairy, a ton of eggs, a ton of fish. And what's happening is these foods are causing chronic aches and pains, high blood pressure, and diabetic conditions because they lack oxygen and water. See, your body's about 80% water. I want you to catch what I'm saying. Your body's about 80+% water. So water is very important. And every cell in your body needs water and needs oxygen. So if you're not getting that from your foods, then your body has to compensate. It has to utilize your stored oxygen levels, your stored water levels to metabolize. That means breaks down the foods you're eating, fats, carbohydrates, and proteins, and convert it into energy. It's kind of like driving a car, right? Imagine you're driving a car and you have very low radiator fluid in there, very, very low water in there, and you're driving for a long distance. Sooner or later, when that water becomes even lower, that cooler becomes even lower, what happens to the engine of that car? Well, the engine's going to start to heat up. Some warning lights going to start to go up inside the car. But let's say you ignore it. Well, maybe I can make it another 100 miles, right? You ignore it, right? Just hypothetically. And you continue to drive that car, and pretty soon, one of two things is going to happen. Now, if you're driving one of those old-fashioned cars from back in the days, that engine block is going to crack, and you're going to be stuck on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck to pick you up. But if you got one of the newer models, before it gets to that point, the car is just going to turn off on you. It's going to shut down to avoid damaging the engine. So your body's exactly the same way. When you're eating foods or drinking liquids that don't have any oxygen, don't have any water, and you're working out at the gym, and you're eating these meats, and you're eating these meat byproducts, guess what? You increase your chances of having a heart attack by 600%. Because your body's overheating. It's missing the two most important nutrients that it needs, period. That's oxygen and water. Now, where can you get a diet that's full of oxygen and water? You can get that from a raw whole food diet, a raw vegan diet, right? Because when you eat raw fruits, when you eat raw vegetables, what do they have? They have tons of oxygen, tons of water. So my diet is only water and oxygen-rich foods. That's why I don't have any arthritis. That's why I don't have any aches and pains in my joints. That's why I don't have high blood pressure. That's why I'm not diabetic. And that's why I still, at 56 years young, look, baby, I'm pretty. My skin is so pretty. Ah, look at that. All right, let me stop. But that's why I'm still able to function just like I'm in my 20s. My body's completely, I'm very flexible. I'm still very athletic. I don't have stiff joints. I don't wake up feeling stiff. And I also have a stretching routine that I do almost every single day. And I stretch because stretching is also so very important to remaining your youthfulness and staying strong, right? So there's a saying from back in the days: the tree that doesn't bend breaks. So if you're going to the gym 4 days a week, 5 days a week, and you're not stretching, and you're going to the gym 4 days a week, 5 days a week, eating just foods, primarily just having meat, eggs, these animal byproducts, and not eating more whole raw foods that have oxygen and water, sooner or later, you'll wind up in the same condition. You'll be at a position where you're not that flexible, your joints start to hurt, you got very little energy, you look good cosmetically on the outside, but you're not maximizing what you can do. So I'm not saying you have to go vegan. I'm not saying you have to cut out all the meats. What I am saying is you want to start adding primarily the bulk of the foods that you're eating, make them consistently be fruits and vegetables in the raw form. And then drink water, right? You want to be drinking at least 96 ounces to 112 ounces on a regular basis. Now, if you're going to the gym, you want to be drinking about a gallon of water, right? Because you're losing a lot of water, so you want to replace that water. But if you don't drink a gallon of water at the gym, make sure you get the rest of the water from the fruits and the vegetables, because they have 80% or more water anyway. Watermelon has about 96, 92% water. Cucumbers, about 96% water. Fruits in particular have a lot of water. So if you're not one person who drinks a lot of water, maybe you don't like to drink a lot of water, eat more fruit. That's going to keep you hydrated. It's going to give you tons of benefits also. Because the reason why I'm talking about this, you probably wonder, well, Kenneth, how come, what's the problem? No, how come? What's the problem with meat? Why should I cut down on the meats? Can I get some of the same benefits from eating all the meats? Well, let me say this again. When you eat meat, right, and of course you have the keto diet, you have the carnivore diet that's been very, very popular right now. But here's the problem with that. Even if you're getting benefits from the keto diet, even if you're getting benefits from the carnivore diet, they still lack oxygen and water. Your body, at the cellular level, at the atomic level, needs oxygen and water. So when you supply an ample uh, provision of oxygen and water, your body can heal if you have chronic aches and pains, if you have high blood pressure, if you're diabetic, all these things will start to reverse. But when you're eating meats, as I said before, eating a bunch of meat, most of us cook the meat, right? When you cook meat, what happens to the oxygen and the water that might have been in that meat in the first place? When you put fire to anything, right? You put fire to the food, the oxygen is used up, the water is used up. So now you have depleted it of the two most important nutrients that your body needs. Of course, your body needs other nutrients. It needs amino acids, needs electrolytes, right? It needs enzymes, needs all these other elements. But even the enzymes that your body needs, enzymes is like are essentially like catalysts that jumpstarts the body. Enzymes are catalysts that jumpstarts the body so it can function better. Now, when you eat meat, you're eating pretty much what's considered to be dead or inactive enzymes, right? Those enzymes are of no use to the body. But when you eat fruits and vegetables, they have what I call live or active enzymes. These enzymes are able to function inside the body and do the necessary processes to help you thrive, to help you create more energy. So there's a major difference. And one of the major reasons why I'm sharing this with you right now today is because everybody wants to live a long, healthy life in the best possible way. I'm sure you all will agree with that. So let me break down the primary reason why a lot of these athletes, a lot of these people you see on YouTube, on social media, are suffering with chronic aches and pains in the first place, aside from having oxygen and water. Let's go down to the biological bare essence, the cell. The cells is the primary standard of health. So let me slow this down. The major difference between eating meat and eating raw fruits or fruits and vegetables is that on a biological level, there's a major difference. Whenever you eat meat, meat speeds up the aging process on a cellular level. So you actually age faster because there's no oxygen, because there's no water, and your body has to work harder to pull from its stored resources to do what's necessary to keep you alive. So it speeds up the aging processes by creating what's called oxidative stress. A lot of oxidative stress, that at least what's called free radicals. Free radicals are like zombies, cells that have lost the ability to do anything, so they become like zombie-like things inside the body, and they bounce off of all around through the body, bounce off of healthy cells like a bullet. And every time they hit a healthy cell, it damages that cell. It damages that cell. Till eventually that cell becomes a free radical also. Now you got another zombie, and they're doing the same thing throughout the entire body. And because your cells, these cells are now no longer pretty much living. I'm just kind of, I want to break this down so you fully understand. These cells are like pretty much like dead cells. They're not able to do their function inside the body anymore. Now it speeds up the aging process. It causes oxidative stress, and it prematurely ages you down to the cellular level. Now, when you eat fruits and vegetables, because these fruits and vegetables supply oxygen and water and keeps the cells healthy at the cellular level, it slows down the aging process. So I'm saying that to say this. When you have a diet rich in fruits and vegetables, you avoid chronic aches and pains. You avoid arthritis. You avoid high blood pressure. You avoid diabetes. You avoid a lot of the illnesses that these people suffer with. You also avoid cancer, because cancer can only exist and operate in a low oxygen state. You can check that with your doctor. If you have low levels of oxygen in your blood, in your body, lower than what you're supposed to have, that is a breeding ground for cancer. But if your blood is rich with oxygen, what's called alkaline, and you're eating rich water, rich and oxygen rich foods, you can kill cancer and avoid cancer altogether and avoid all these issues. So my lifestyle consists of going hard 3 to 4 days, sometimes 5 days a week. But I'm eating foods that are complementary to my lifestyle, to my training sessions. So when I take days off to recover, and everybody should be taking days off to recover, you shouldn't be going hard 7 days a week, because the miracle of strength, the miracle of great muscle gains happens when you recover, when you're resting on your rest days, and when you're sleeping in bed at night. So you don't want to be going hard at the gym 7 days thinking that that's the magic. No, you're breaking your muscles down. When you go to the gym and lift weights, you're tearing muscle fibers. You're literally tearing your muscles down. And the only way they can grow and get better is on your rest days, your off days. And on your rest days, you're going to be eating complex carbohydrates. See, a lot of people stock up on protein powder. Protein, your muscles are protein. But the building blocks of the body, the primary building blocks of the body, the number one building block of the body are complex carbohydrates. And you want to do that after you work out. Do that on your rest days. That's going to help build powerful, massive muscles, lean muscles. Protein is important, but you don't need as much protein as you think you do. Why? I get all my protein from plants, from seeds, from peas, from beans, from peanuts, from legumes, from the foods I eat in general. I eat this every single day, so I get an ample amount of protein, and that's why I'm able to have such powerful big muscles. See, so you don't need to be stocking up on protein. If you're doing too much protein, then you're going to have kidney issues, kidney stones, because if you're not drinking enough water, you're going to mess your kidneys up. Same thing with creatine. If you're taking creatine every single day for whatever purposes, and you're not drinking enough water, you're going to mess your kidneys up. So you don't have to bombard your body with that. For the people who are just starting out, keep it simple. Don't get caught up in this craze of following these YouTube or big influencers and doing what they're doing. You'll mess yourself up, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So I'm telling you, as a person, as a personal trainer, a published fitness model, a published trainer, a virtual trainer, someone who owns a business, an actual real business in the state of Florida, and I've been doing this since I was 8 years young, and I'm 56 years young right now. Look at me. I mean, look, I'm not boasting or bragging, but I've been doing this the right way. That's why I still look youthful. My skin is glowing. There's no filters on this. And I have a ton of muscle, as you can see in the video. So I'm being real with you. I'm telling you the unadulterated truth, and I'm telling you, just keep it simple. Keep it simple, but just keep it moving. And don't beat yourself up because you don't look a certain way, or you're not getting results fast enough. Just keep moving forward. No, Rome wasn't built in a day. They might have had the blueprint in their mind how they wanted to establish Rome, but it took some time to build Rome. So your body is exactly the same way. It's going to take some time, but consistency will completely build the body as long as you just be consistent. And you have a blueprint of what you want to do. See, a lot of people go to the gym also. They have no idea what they're doing, right? And the egos get in the way. They don't want to ask anybody for help. I'm going to just do it. They look around the gym, see what other people are doing, and they started imitating and mocking what those people are doing, right? And in the beginning, they might get some results, right? They might lose a couple of inches, the clothes start fitting different, and then they hit a plateau. And at a plateau, now they get stuck like Chuck in a rut and don't know what to do. And they still don't want to ask anybody. Or they don't want to even pay a trainer, a good trainer, to get them through that plateau. They still want to try to figure it out for themselves. Then they get frustrated. Then they start losing their gains. Then nothing's working. Till eventually they get fed up, sick and tired, and eventually, okay, I got to ask somebody for help. I tried to do this myself. But if you don't know how to build a body, that's okay. Because most people don't know how to build a house, right? How do you build a house? You build a house from the foundation up. From the foundation up. You got to make sure the foundation is solid before you add anything onto that foundation. If the foundation is weak, whatever you put on that foundation, when a storm comes, it's going to fall down. It's going to fall right over. So you build your body just like you build a house. Your legs are the foundation of your house. So you always build your legs first, because your legs also hold the key to longevity. It holds the key to the results you want to have. Because within your legs, these are the biggest muscles in the body. You got the quadriceps, you got the hamstrings, and you got the glutes. So when you work the quadriceps, the hamstrings, the glutes, and the hips simultaneously at the same time, you release something called HGH, which is a natural growth hormone. It's like steroids. It's like juicing up. It promotes growth throughout the entire body. And you start with these muscles first, right? Let's say you go to the gym on a Monday morning, right? Don't go to the gym working on arms first. Don't go to the gym, doing smaller muscle groups first. Going all over the place. You got arms, then you're doing stomach, then you're doing some legs, then you're doing some more arms again, and wondering why you're not getting any results. Wondering why nothing's happening. Because you're doing it wrong. You're doing it backwards. The basic formula is to always start with legs first, right? Go hard with your legs. When I say go hard with the legs, do something to work that works the hips, the glutes, the quadriceps, and hamstrings at the same time. That's the best way. That's the best formula. That's the only way I build my body. That's going to give you quick, massive results. That's going to burn a ton of calories because it's going to ignite your metabolism, release that growth hormone. So now when you go from legs to bench press, it's going to improve your overall bench press. You go from legs to hitting your back, it's going to improve your back workout. See, you go from largest to smallest muscle groups. That's the science. That's the best way to build a body. That's how you build a house, from the foundation up. You build your body from the foundation up, from the legs, then you can go to the chest, or legs, chest, and back. These are the largest muscle groups. Or you can go from legs. If you're going to focus on abs, always go from legs to abs. Or sometimes you're doing a leg workout that's automatically bringing in the abs. No matter what exercise you're doing, period, for the most part, your abs are always being worked. But the way that I train my body, legs, chest, and back, or legs, abs, chest, and back. And then I go to shoulders and arms, to the smaller muscle groups, because that's going to give me the best results. So if you want to find out more information, how to build a powerful body, how to stay off of medication, maybe you got some illnesses and diseases you want to reverse, this is a one-stop shop. I want you to comment on this video or send me a message, send me an email. I'll put my email address here also, and we can have a conversation. I can talk with you directly, right? You can just talk to me directly, or go to my website, subscribe to my YouTube pages, follow me on my social media platforms. I'm always making videos. I'm always going live, doing live presentations. Sometimes you see me on there, see my wife on there. We're dropping jewels to help you win. And if you want to purchase any of my products, go to my website. You'll see all types of different products on there, natural plant-based products that's going to help you win. So we're here to help you win. I'm here to help you win. That's the purpose of me having this YouTube channel, to help you win and give you the right information. Because we're all about winning. And like I say to anybody who has a medical or health issue, the best doctors, or the doctors you want to talk to, are the doctors who are not taking medication for the same illnesses and diseases like you are. If your doctor's taking medications like you are, you got the wrong doctor, because the doctor can't help him or herself, so how in the world can they help you? Think about that. And I say that to say this: the best trainers, the best coaches are the ones who have what you have, but are not in the same health issue, underlying health issue, behind the scenes, popping pills for chronic aches and pains, popping pills for high blood pressure, popping pills for diabetes, or any other issue, because they look good on the outside, but you want to get it straight from somebody who's not going through those issues at all. Now, these people can encourage you because they have the strength and the fortitude, in spite of what they're dealing with, to look a certain way, to be a certain way. That's great. That's powerful motivation. That's powerful inspiration. And if that's what you're looking for, by all means, go ahead and do it. However, if you want someone who has reversed or wiped out allergies, for example, or help people get off of medication, help people reverse kidney disease, help people kill cancer in the body, help people do a lot of things that were thought not to be possible, then you're talking to the right person. This is what I do. This is my lifestyle. I stay in the gym, but I know what foods are necessary to help me live a healthy lifestyle and still look like I'm in my 20s. So, family, I want to thank you all for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my social media platforms, and I will be back. And as always, keep winning. I'll talk to you soon. Go get those pythons.